This week we're going to highlight weather trends and corn planting progress here in the U.S. We're also going to take a look at weather trends in Brazil where corn is pollinating, and wrap things up this week looking at long-term trends in December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the last half of April here, and it means it's time for corn planting. We're going to start out this week looking at topsoil moisture here in the U.S. Again, everyone anxious to get this 2023 corn planting season underway. It looks like we've got fairly decent topsoil trends across the U.S. Obviously, towards the west here, you can see that we're looking at drier conditions across Nebraska, parts of western Iowa, as well as southeast to South Dakota. Further north you go, it has been wetter. Of course, they had the snowpack up in the northern plains. Now let's take a look at the short-term weather trends in terms of forecasting. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Now, we're starting out here looking at Tuesday and Wednesday of this week with some rainfall developing. And we're looking at that developing all the way and ending through Friday and Saturday of this week. The amounts in the green are lighter, about a quarter inch to 3/4 of an inch there. The heaviest amounts, at least at this point as we tape on Tuesday, are between 3/4 of an inch and 1.5 inches in the heart of the Corn Belt. Now we're going to stretch into next week, looking at April 25th to the May 2nd. A little bit further south at this point. Weather at this time of year can change quite a bit, but that's the way the trends are looking today. Now let's quantify the next 2 weeks. You can look across the Midwest, basically not excessively wet, but not excessively dry in most areas. So it looks like we are going to get some rainfall here. Heaviest amounts would move further north and a little bit further east, but really no excesses here. We're looking at the tail end of April. Let's switch gears now and look at corn planting progress. Looking at USDA here, estimates as of Sunday, April 16th, 8% done and 8% planted nationwide. That compares to 5% for the 5-year average. So a couple states just to highlight there briefly are Illinois and Iowa at 10% and 7% respectively, both of those well above the 5-year average. Now we're looking at the brief history here, the last 5 years of corn planting progress. Again, we're off to a fairly brisk start. It's the fastest pace of the last 5 years. Looking now at the next 2 weeks, on average, about 21% of U.S. corn is planted between April 16th and the 30th. So we'll see if that plays out over the next couple weeks, but that will push us closer to that 25% plus range. We're going to change our focus now to Brazil, where that corn is pollinating as we speak. Let's take a look at where that corn is produced in Brazil. We're looking here at 4 key states to focus on. Mato Grosso, Goiás, Paraná, and Mato Grosso do Sul, about 85% of the corn in those provinces. And we looked at this before, but it bears repeating. Rainfall falls off drastically here in April, and especially in May in central Brazil. So very key to see how this corn fares in terms of rainfall amounts during pollination. And we look at the last 30 days now, we're looking at a little bit of a dryness creeping in here in 2023, that black line. But for comparison, 2 years ago when there was a widespread drought, now we're going to highlight, look how much drier it was in 2021. So I don't want to overplay this by any means at this point. It is not a dry situation. It is just drying out a bit in Brazil. Now let's look at the rainfall trends for the next 2 weeks in Brazil. We're looking here, particularly in the north, some very beneficial conditions, nearly ideal in terms of rainfall and cooler temperatures. So really the only concern probably at this point is a little bit of cooler temperatures in the south. There's actually some talk of frost in higher elevations this weekend. I don't want to overplay that. Very good potential still in that Brazilian corn crop. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn futures. And December corn, as we tape here on Tuesday, is trading about $5.70 a bushel. That is $1.75 below last year. But I'll note that it's still 85% above the 5-year average for this time of year. So still attractive prices relative to recent history. Strongly encourage you to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to defend your balance sheet. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.